Hey guys, I'm Meldon. Welcome back to another guitar video. So the next thing that I wanted to talk about is the bar chords versus open chords. So what the heck are bar chords? What the heck are open chords? So basically the easiest way of looking at it is open chords are more for those lovely sounding songs. So it sounds kind of like this. This is an open G chord. Sounds very melodic, lovely, whatever generous word you want to use. That's what an open chord is. And then with a bar chord, I'll play the same chord, but a bar chord version of the G, and it sounds like this. Sounds a little bit more rough, so if you're playing like some country music or rock and roll, heavy metal, that stuff, I would say that's what kind of fits in with bar chords. You're going to predominantly be using them for that. So for that, I would say it's going to take a lot of work. Obviously, learning all the bar chords and all the open chords, it's going to take a while. As a beginner, you should strive to obviously start with learning the chords and then moving your way from chords. You don't just start off, doing crazy solos and like other crazy things that guitarists are doing and like playing with their tongue and whatever. You're obviously going to be like using bar chords like a normal person. Please be sane, please. With that said, we're going to move on to the actual chord or keys themselves. So there are 7 main keys. So there's A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Yeah, I almost forgot my alphabet for a second. But anyways, there are 7 main keys. Most of them have sharps and most of them have flats. There are a few that don't. But just to give you a quick rundown of the notes in bar chord form, this is going to be F. The next one is going to be F sharp. The next one is going to be G. The next one is going to be G sharp. Then it's going to be A. Then A sharp. Then B. And then we're going to go back to C. And then it goes to C sharp. And then now we're going to go to D. And then D sharp. And then it keeps going down as you go down this fretboard. So you're probably wondering what the heck is a fretboard. So each of these little, I don't even know how to describe it, but boxes are frets. So basically the frets, they go all the way down the board. And from there, each of the frets, whenever you're learning guitar, you kind of have to know what fret is where, just because when you're like trying to learn solos or you're trying to learn different positions on the guitar, you're going to need to know what fret people are talking about. So for example, this is fret 1, this is fret 2, fret 3, fret 4, and so on. So it keeps going. So if a guitarist is like teaching you a tutorial video saying, hey, play this in fret 12, then you're going to go to fret 12 and then you're going to find the string that they're talking about. So that's basically it for the frets. So let me talk a little bit about the 1-4-5 system that is very popular among musicians. So the 1-4-5 system is basically based on the 7 notes that I told you about earlier, the A through G chords that I talked about. So basically, the 1-4-5 system is capitalizing on those 7 notes. So when you start with the key, let's say I'm in the key of C. This is another bar chord shape. So in the key of C, the key that you're in is going to be your 1. So that just means that if you do the math correctly, I hope you can count. Please tell me you can count. You're going to count C as 1, and then you're going to make your way over to the 4 and the 5. And so the 4 in this case, would be your F. So your F is your 4, and then your 5 would be the G. And how did I get there? Well, if you do your math, then you'll find out. But I'll spell it out for you real quick. So C is 1, D is 2, and then E is 3, that means F has to be your 4 and G has to be your 5. And then your 6 is it's going to be your A, and then after your 7 is going to be the B. So if you just do the math, as long as you know what key you're in, you can find where your 4 and your 5s are, because the key you're in is the 1. And I hope that makes sense. And if it doesn't make sense, join my classes. Just do it. Just sign up. It's okay. I get it. Guitar's annoying. It's complicated. All right. So from there, basically, the 1-4-5 system is how you really play songs. So if I am playing a song and I'll use C as an example, and let's say I'm doing this, and then at certain points in the song, this is if you're playing by ear, and I'll go over playing by ear in a little bit. At certain points in the song, you're going to be playing that F and that G. So usually you're playing that G, which is like at the high point of a song. So it's hard to explain. You honestly need to be singing a song while doing it. But generally, this is what you're doing. You're going like this. So you're using those 3 chords, and you can play almost any song. I say almost any song because like it's the very simplified version of playing any song. So as long as you can play or know those 3 notes, you can play almost any song. And I know that sounds weird because music sounds really complicated, but like once you understand it to a degree, it's really not that complicated. It just takes a long time to get. It's kind of like rocket science, except rocket science is a lot worse. So in that case, music would be just a lot better, and you'd be better off learning music. So just don't study rocket science. Leave that alone. With that said, keep going with basically playing guitar in general. As you progress and you learn more about guitar, you'll be able to do the 1-4-5 system a lot easier. Most of the songs that I play at the different things that I play at, I just use the 1-4-5, and sometimes I'll throw in other things because you can throw in the 6, you can throw in the 7, you can throw in the 3, but generally you just want to stick to that 1-4-5 as a base. So the foundation is 1-4-5, and then you can move on to like using the 6 and other chords that will make your guitar playing sound a little bit better. So just to give you an example, you saw me play the 1-4-5. I'm going to add a 6 to that just so you can hear a little bit of a difference. It's not that much, but I'll show you the 6. So at the end there, I just added a 6. So I did 1, 4, 1, 5, 1, 6, and then back to 1. So that does sound complicated. I know it's a lot to take in. And honestly, YouTube videos, it's very hard to learn from them because a lot of the times you either need prior knowledge to the instrument or you just need to have a lot of know-how in terms of how to play the guitar or just the music theory behind it. So from there, once you learn the 1-4-5 system, it becomes a lot less complicated. Music isn't that hard anymore. And not to say that you can play any song, because some songs like to be a little bit more complicated, i.e. gospel songs. They like to be super complicated and original. So yeah, if you're going to be playing gospel songs, get ready. But for the most part, other songs you can easily play with the 1-4-5, and then there won't really be a problem for you. You'll be fine. And then from there, you can move on to like soloing and doing like the crazy stuff. And then, yeah, you'll be pretty much good. So that's it for my tips on the keys, the 1-4-5 system, and bar chords and open chords. Of course, if you want to go in detail with that, you can just book me for a lesson and we can go through it. But for now, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.